Now, squid. When I left this country in 1990, one thing that I found in the UK was that nobody ate squid. Nobody ever ate squid. They only ever ate big pieces of beautiful fish, but rather than eating anything like squid, and I was sort of one of the first people to take it into them. And what I've done here is taken a tube of squid. There she is there, a lovely bit of wonderful deliciousness. Taking the outside out, open it up, and on the inside I'm going to score it, and score halfway through on a bias. And this allows the squid itself to be able to cook all the way through very, very quickly, because when people get tough squid, they think it's because the outside is tough. It's not the outside that's tough. It's the jelly on the inside that makes it go tough. So by cutting these little diagonal marks, it does little things and it curls up as it starts to cook. If you ever read The Joy Luck Club, which is an amazing book, it talks about lucky squid. And lucky squid is when it cooks, it curls up. And the reason it's lucky is because only fresh squid will curl. And squid which is off won't curl. So lucky in one way because it means that it's actually fresh. And if you did eat the other stuff, well, it's quite unlucky because you'd probably drop dead from food poisoning. So this is the other sort of great secret about food. When you cook things and grill things like squid or meat or anything like that, just remember the really simple rule of oil on the meat, not on the pan. So don't put the oil on the actual the pan itself, because that will burn. Put it on the meat itself, and then that way all you're doing is just letting that little oil on the outside of that. No salt, no pepper, because we're going to use black pudding with it. And drop the squid on, and as it cooks, if it's good quality squid, then hopefully it will start to curl. I'm doing well with black pudding. You guys don't eat enough of this, do you? Everyone's scared of it. It is the most delicious, wonderful thing in the world. It is beautiful, and it's simply grilled. In the UK, people eat it all the time, and at first, I was quite frightened of it. But actually, if I explain it to people as simply tasting like the inside of a really good quality pasty, that's exactly what it is. And cook it really quickly on a grill, no oil, there's enough fat in it, and we're going to serve this with the squid. This is the land and sea thing. This is the whole thing about half of the land and half of the sea, because that's where our food comes from. Now, you'll start to see now, it starts to curl up, and at the same time, all those little bits of the grooves are starting to colour, and a really sort of pretty little thing starts to emerge of this wonderful bits of squid. Now, if I was to take that squid now and just eat it like that, it's going to be quite tough. Just let that keep on cooking. To serve with it, and I said to you before, I'm going to go right back to basics and back to classics. I'm going to make something which is called a roux. And roux is a sauce, as they say in Britain, but it's a sauce which is made not with egg yolks, but it's made with a basis of potatoes, if the potatoes are here. They should be a potato here, and there's no potato. It's inside the foil. Thank you very much. There's a potato here inside this foil, which has been baked in the oven in salt, so it's quite dry. But the potato and the starch of the potato is the thing that holds the sauce together. It's going to be like a mayonnaise, except for it's going to be a little bit creamier and a lot spicier. The egg yolk is not necessary at all. So potatoes in, into that a chili chopped, no seeds, into that a load of smoked paprika, then a good couple of cloves of garlic, some saffron, really lovely rich saffron. And if anybody ever goes to France and you eat fish soup or soup de poisson, you'll find that this is the sauce that goes on the side of it. So lots of rich flavors, smoked paprika, chili, lemon, all those things all come together to become this wonderful, delicious sauce. And into that, we're going to pour some olive oil. And surprise, surprise, it's olive oil by Maggie Beer. Well, fancy that. Thanks, Maggie. Now, I've got to work out how this thing works. Oh, that's it. That's how it works. And you do exactly the same as you would do making your mayonnaise. Pour the olive oil in. And the whole thing blends together. To make a sauce. Squid, cooking away. And then black pudding, the same. And the black pudding goes crisp on the outside. And then the squid is really salty and delicious. The black pudding is really peppery. And then this roux itself is really, really spicy from that paprika and chili and all the bits that go with it. So that goes under there. That comes over here. And then it's a matter of assembly. Now, what you'll probably notice is with a lot of the food that I do is it's not massively complicated, but the one thing it does do is deliver huge amounts of flavour. Now, first of all, I did this dish because I sort of wanted to celebrate the fact that you guys hadn't quite, or we hadn't quite, become a republic. But now I think it's fitting, with the Jubilee coming along, that we celebrate the Queen and the royal family by all our black pudding being crowned with little crowns of squid. Oh, I'm going to miss the Jubilee. It's a shame, really. I would have liked to have gone. But actually, to be fair, the traffic is so bad in London at the moment, you can't get anywhere, so it's all right. There we go. So that goes there. And I'll just take that off the heat. That's really hot. Whoa, that is hot. And then I'll just put that little pan there. Right, that goes down that way, I think. I love working on equipment I've never seen before and never worked on before. But it's very sexy, I've got to say. How does this work? Like that. That's it. I'm doing well. Doing better. Doing better. Doing better. Doing better. Yes. I've done it. Thank you. They're working. So now this just simply goes on in little bits. So bits of black pudding around the outside. And then take the squid, and it's all lovely, and then slice that into bits. Little crowns of squid, which is all sort of wonderful, with its own little natural flavours, dropped on top of each little bit of black pudding. And then, if that will stay, you stay on that one, thank you. I could tell you wanted to go somewhere. You want to go on that one, don't you? Thank you very much. And that on the middle. And then pile him up in the centre. And there's my little squid and black pudding. That's my first little dish, which I think is quite delicious. To the Queen, ladies and gentlemen, the Queen.